If you're 62, you're probably wondering, should I start claiming Social Security now and finally get that money I've worked for? After all, it's tempting. Those monthly checks are right there waiting to be collected. But here's what most people don't realize: claiming at 62 can quietly reduce not just your income, but if you have a partner or a spouse, their survivor benefit for life. I'm going to walk you through exactly what I tell every 62-year-old who's thinking of claiming now, why this choice can create long term financial strain, especially for your loved ones, and how to avoid making a mistake you can't undo. If we haven't met, I'm Eric Rodriguez, certified financial planner, and I've helped hundreds of families make smarter, more confident retirement decisions. Many of them were just like you, standing on the edge of that first decision, unsure of the ripple effect it could have. In this video, you'll learn why claiming early isn't just about you, it could affect your spouse's future security, how to calculate your break even clarity point, the age where waiting begins to pay off, and a real case study showing the long term income gap in my scenario built inside my planning software. So let's get into it. Let's begin with the most overlooked piece of this puzzle, which is survivor benefits. When one spouse passes away, the surviving spouse can step into the higher benefit amount. But that only works if the higher earning spouse waited long enough to grow that benefit. Claiming early locks in a smaller, smaller amount for life. And that means if you're the higher earner and you claim at 62, your spouse could be stuck with that reduced income for decades after you've gone. I've had to sit across the table from surviving spouses who were shocked to discover that their benefits would be much lower than expected because their partner claimed early. It's one of the most difficult parts of my job as a CFP. This is about more than just financial planning. It's about legacy. It's about making sure the person you care about most isn't left struggling. Let's walk through an example that brings this to life. Let's use hypothetical names. Let's do Sarah and Tom. So Tom is 62, healthy, and has the higher earnings record. Sarah is 60, worked part time most of her life, and doesn't have a strong benefit on her own. Tom is tempted to claim now. He's tired of working and the checks are right there. So if he claims now, his benefit is $1,800 per month. If he waits until 67, it jumps to $2,400 a month. And at age 70, it claims all the way to $2,976. Now let's fast forward 20 years. Tom passes away at 82. Sarah lives well into her 90s, like many women do. If Tom claimed at 62, Sarah gets 1,800 a month as a survivor. But if he would have waited until 70, she would have received $2,976 per month. That's a significant difference of $1,176 every single month for the rest of her life. That's over $14,000 per year. And over a 10-year period, that's more than $140,000 in lost income. For many people, that's the difference between financial stability and financial stress. And that's just one example. This scenario plays out far too often because people are making decisions in a vacuum based on short term thinking, not long term impact. This is why I encourage every client to discover their break even clarity point. So, the break even clarity point is the age at which delaying Social Security pays off in total lifetime income. But it's not just about maximizing your check, it's about optimizing for your life and your family's needs. To find this point, we use a customized interactive analysis through my financial planning software at my firm, WealthBuilders. And when we run these scenarios, we take a look at your retirement income goals and budget, your other income sources like IRAs, pensions, rental income, or part time work, your health, family longevity, and lifestyle expectations, your spouse's benefit history and survivor needs, taxes, inflation, and the sequence of return risk. We do this comprehensive analysis because this gives us a living, breathing model that shows you exactly how your decision plays out, not just next year, but 10, 20, even 30 years from now. Now, let's take another real life case study. I work with a couple, let's call them John and Linda. John was 62 and planning to retire within the year. Linda was 60 and relied heavily on John's future benefit. John had been set on claiming at 62 because he'd heard Social Security was running out of money and he was reading all these headlines and he got really freaked out. But when we ran the numbers through the tool that we use, here's what we found. Claiming at 62 gave John $1,750 a month. Waiting until age 67 gave him $2,400 a month. Waiting until 70 increased it to $2,976 a month. So when we ran the projection, the break even point was around age 79. That means if John lived beyond that, which is highly likely, he and Linda would collect more by waiting. More importantly, if John passed away first, Linda's survivor benefit would be locked in at a much higher rate. The difference in her survivor benefit, more than $1,200 per month. That's nearly $15,000 per year. And let's multiply that over 20 years. It added up to a six-figure difference. So, what's powerful about this process is it's not just the numbers, it's the clarity. It removes emotion and guesswork from a decision that feels incredibly personal. Now, let's talk about why people rush into claiming. There are basically three main drivers. Number one is fear of dying early. What if I wait and never collect? The second is fear of the system collapsing. What if Social Security runs out? What if it gets cut? Da, 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 da. And the third is misinformation. My friend claimed at 62 and said it was a smart move, or my friend of a friend said 62 is the way to go. Here's the truth. Yes, you might pass away early, but statistically, it's unlikely. The average life expectancy at 62 is over 85 for women and around 82 for men on average. Social Security is not going away either. While it may be adjusted in the future, current projections show full benefits can be paid throughout the 2030s. And most proposals preserve benefits for those that are close to retirement. And most importantly, your friend's decision, if you are thinking about somebody that claimed early or what have you, their decision, their plan has nothing to do with your financial plan. I say this all the time. Everyone has a different financial plan, different income need, different net worth, different goal, different family outcomes, different health. So what's right for them may be completely wrong for you. So remember, this is your retirement. It needs to be built around your numbers, your risks, and your personal goals. So here's what you can do next. If you're feeling overwhelmed or you want some more clarity around break even points or Social Security, click the link in the description. It'll take you to a short intake form where you can securely share your basic retirement details like your income, your age, and retirement goals. Once you complete it, I can put your data into my software and run a personalized projection that includes, again, basic analysis of how much you'll need to retire comfortably, your projected Social Security benefits at your various ages, 62, 67, 70, the impact of different claiming ages on your spouse's survivor benefits, and a realistic look at your income across your retirement years. Then what I'll do is I'll record a private personalized video walking you through everything step by step, just like I would for a client that walks into my office. It's secure, it's confidential, and it's built around your actual life, not just averages or assumptions. So this decision is too important to make the guesswork or do this haphazardly. So once you claim, you can't go back, you can't change it. And the impact on your spouse could last for decades. So again, claiming Social Security at 62 might feel like the smart move, but for many people, it's a trap. It could quietly reduce your income by thousands per year. It could reduce your spouse's survival benefit for the rest of their life, and it can rob you of the peace of mind that comes from knowing you made the right call. But there's good news. You can fix this before it becomes permanent. You don't need to guess, you don't need to hope, you just need clarity. Again, feel free to click the link below, share your info, and I'll send you a personalized video showing exactly how your Social Security timing fits into your bigger retirement picture. Again, I'm Eric Rodriguez, certified financial planner. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.